Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Thursday, February 4th, 2016, around 8:23 in the evening. It's starting to cloud up in Berwick, Massachusetts, about 48 degrees, some rain tonight, but it's going to be changing to snow by dawn and could be rates 1 inch an hour. Anywhere from between 1 to as much as 10 inches will fall in eastern New England. Most of eastern New England's under winter storm warning, so it's going to be a serious storm tomorrow morning's commute. Boston schools have been canceled. I bet everybody else in eastern Massachusetts will either have a delay or a cancellation. It's winter and it could be start of the snow blitz. Some news to report, sad news to report in the world of music. Earth, Wind and Fire creator and musician Maurice Wright passed away at the age of 74, so prayers to his family. Also another passing to report, former professional wrestler Axel Rotten passed away at the age of 44. Axel was famous for feuding with his fictionist brother Iron in ECW. They had an awesome feud, and it was a feud that was 1995 PWI Feud of the Year. And also another sad news to report, BMX biking legend Dave Meyer passed away at the age of 41. So prayers to their family. And that's about it on news. My third and final video blog subject of the night is my personality profile. Tonight's personality profile is about one of the most famous legendary players in Boston Celtics history. It's JoJo White, point guard. JoJo played the majority of his career with the Boston Celtics, and he was a great point guard, one of the greatest point guards in team history. JoJo was born and he grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. He played basketball at an early age, and he followed St. Louis Hawks as a youngster because the Hawks played in St. Louis for many years before going to Atlanta. And he was a great basketball player in high school. Then he went to Kansas and he majored in physical education, and he was a good point guard in Kansas, making 2 All-Big 8 teams, 2 All-NCAA, All-American second teams, and he also played baseball and football in Kansas as well. And he won the gold medal in the 1968 Olympic team for USA Basketball. And he also was serving in the military as well. The Boston Celtics drafted JoJo in the first round, 9th overall pick in 1969. He had a 2-year commitment to serve in the military, but he decided to play for the Boston Celtics. They bought out his service time. He was also drafted by the Dallas Cowboys and Cincinnati Reds, but pro basketball was his first love. His career college stats were 15.3 points per game and 4.9 rebounds per game. And JoJo played 12 seasons in the NBA, mainly with the Boston Celtics. He ended his career playing for the Golden State Warriors and the Kansas City Kings. He was a great point guard on 2 championship winning teams in the 1970s, 1974 and 1976. He was the MVP of the 1976 NBA Finals. 7 times JoJo had 1,000 point seasons. 6 times he had 400 assist seasons. 7 times he had 300 rebounds seasons. 2 seasons he had at least 20 or more points per game, and 7 times he played in the All-Star game, and twice he was the All-Star NBA second team. JoJo retired after the 1981 season with the Kansas City Kings, and his career stats were 14,379 points, averaging 17.2 points per game, 4,095 assists, averaging 4.9 assists per game, 3,345 rebounds, averaging 4 rebounds per game. And then in 1982, the Boston Celtics raised number 10, JoJo White's number, to the rafters at the Boston Garden. And then he became an assistant coach for the Kansas Jayhawks men's basketball team for 1 year. And JoJo coached in the CBA as an assistant coach for the Topeka franchise. He actually made a comeback at age 41 in 1987 with Topeka, but he only lasted a few games before deciding to abort the comeback because he wasn't as fast as the other younger players. The CBA was kind of like a minor league to the NBA for a few years. And JoJo is with the Boston Celtics since 1990. He returned to the organization. He's community relations and he's special projects coordinator. He attends most of the Boston Celtics home games, and he was in many Hall of Fames, the Kansas Sports Hall of Fame and the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame and the Marine Sports Hall of Fame. And for many years, JoJo White's candidacy of the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame was debated many times. He was a semifinalist many times, but he was passed over. And in 2010, JoJo suffered a brain tumor in the back of his head, and he needed surgery, but he's doing good, better. He actually was in the restaurant business briefly in Maynard, Massachusetts, called JoJo West. That was in the late 2000s, early 2010s, but eventually that restaurant went bankrupt because it's competitive out there to start any startup restaurant, especially in this economy where the price of food is so high, and also price of drinks, and also the sales tax, the meals tax. In 2015, JoJo finally got inducted to the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame, honor well deserved. And JoJo's one of the most charismatic players in Boston Celtics history. And that's about it on JoJo White. That's about it on these video blogs, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I will be back tomorrow. 3 more video blogs coming your way. First video blog will be about the top 10 greatest Boston sports athletes of all time. Second video blog of the day will be about my prediction of the 2016 Super Bowl 50 between the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about Hank Aaron. And beginning Saturday, I'm going to do a project for the list. I'm going to rank the top 100 professional wrestling matches of all time from 100 to 1, but it's going to be several different blogs, video blogs, maybe 10 at a time from 100 to number 1. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Budding guy. Molly Roseblood of WCCO rocks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hutt is so stunning. And Barbara Gibbs of ABC 11 has a sweet southern accent. Amy Swenzy is awesome. And in the words of the Patel last week, no bias, and don't forget this. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.